Right, Hogan for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted to be here with Ginger Jack Martin via Zoom. How are you, Jack?
Mate, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm fabulous. So, just in case the fans are wondering why I'm referring to the obvious, according to BoxRec, that is actually your ring nickname. Can you just explain to us, are you channeling
Yeah.
your Canelo there?
Well, I'm bald now. You can see lockdown's taking its toll. But no, I've always been called Ginger all my life. My nickname's been Ginge. Just tonight, it's got a ring to it, innit? Ginger Jack Martin. It's just always been like that.
Well, it's accurate, if nothing else. And
yeah.
the number one
It's
fighter on the planet, he refers to his
yeah,
ginger hair, so why not?
yeah.
So, Jack, you've been a pro since 2019. We'll come to that in a
Yep.
sec. But you can just tell us a bit about your boxing background for the fans, how you got into it, how long you've been fighting, your amateur background.
Yeah, I got into it really. My brother Lee was a pro as well, my older brother, and I just started going down the gym really when I was younger with him down Chalverden Boxing Club. My dad's a trainer, so just ended up sort of following in his footsteps really, and then didn't really take it seriously at first. I didn't have my first amateur fight till I was 17. It was one of them things. Being a teenager, it was slow interest. Then once I actually got into it, I had a couple of fights, realised how much I enjoyed it and how I actually really enjoyed the hard work of it and wanted to keep it going. And then I joined the local club around here where I lived, the club that opened up called Mayland Boxing Club. And I went on to have about 45, 50 fights for them. Got to the quarterfinals of the ABAs, won a Southern Area title, got to a national development semi-final. So I've done all right, really. I was always an underdog, really, and I got put in fights that I probably weren't expected to win, which was good, really, because it done me good as an underdog. I've always liked fighting like that, and then I think the opportunity came was I was sort of sparring in my brother's gym as well when he was a pro, just sort of training around them. So I think I got to the age of about 24 and I thought I'm not going to be doing this amateur forever. Like I was sort of sacrificing everything. So, and I thought, why not turn over, see what I can do, maybe try and earn a bit of money at the same time and just see how far I can go.
Yeah, and it sounds like you did pretty well as an amateur. And since turning pro, we're building up a bit of a momentum. And last time we saw you out, of course, you got that notable win against Dibiase and a fellow unbeaten prospect. And of course, then the pandemic restrictions have hit and that's put everyone on hold. But yeah, have you, during this period of inactivity, have you remained motivated? You still really keen on your career? Did part of you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been all right. It has been stressful, definitely. Like, because I mean, I don't box full time. Like, I'm a ground worker by day, so I've still got to go to work. I've still got to deal with it that way, and it has been stressful not being on the circuit. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's good to be back. It just gives you some incentive, something to look forward to work to, a bit of motivation.
Yeah, and just to remind the fans, February the 12th.
Yeah,
Is this
February
in
the 12th.
Brentwood Centre in Essex. So all the fans keep their eye out on that. So
yeah, definitely.
I mean, as we mentioned, you beat Dibiase, highly rated.
Yeah.
Just come off knocking off one local Essex rival. You're going straight in with another one in Tommy Jacobs. Just tell us about your opponent if you know anything about him.
I know a little bit about him. I don't know too much. I know that I've seen a couple of clips, but I don't really read too much into like clips of my opponents and that. I sort of just try and focus on myself, work hard myself. I know that he's a southpaw, hands down, bit slick, bit of a back foot style. It's just, and then I'll just try and work around that. I mean, I fought a lot of southpaws like that anyway, so I've sort of got it in my brain how it goes and just what I can try and do, what I can work on in the gym to try and get around it and get the win.
I mean, I've already interviewed Tommy. He's based over in the Hoddesdon Boxing Club. Yeah, but he's actually not far from you, just across the river Blackwater in Colchester. So this is again a local rival.
Yeah.
He calls himself Sweet Tea in homage to the late great Pernell Whitaker. So as you said,
Okay,
slick,
yeah,
tricky southpaw. So
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
might have some tricky moves to have to negotiate in this fight.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a chess match, I think. But I think we'll just see how it goes, and the best man wins on the night.
Uh-huh. And again, just reiterating, it's an all Essex derby. I mean, it seems like you're trying to clean up your backyard first before you start going across the road. Is that right?
Oh no, I mean I wouldn't say that. No, I don't know. I mean I see a lot of fighters that I'm the sort of fighter. I've always been in hard fights. I've never really had easy fights. And I think in turning over, I mean, no disrespect to anyone else, any other fighters or journeymen as such as well. Of course, the game wouldn't be what it is without journeymen. But as you see, a lot of people go 10-0, 12-0, stuff like that, and have not really fought anyone that's got like has had an undefeated record or is coming to win. So I think after my last fight, it definitely pushed me up the rankings, definitely bumped me up. I just I don't I want to go out there and I want to fight the best to be the best. Really, see how far I can go.
Yeah, and kudos to both of you for this early on in your careers going
Cheers.
straight
Yeah.
up against another unbeaten prospect. Don't know if you've heard. I mean, Tommy, he's a really big ticket seller. It's going to bring a raucous
Yeah, I've heard
atmosphere.
he's got a big following. Yeah.
Crowd's going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
well behind him, so you're going to have the crowd to have to silence as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I probably haven't got as big a following, but I mean, I do bring at least 100 of my die-hard fans. Yeah, so hopefully that'll be a nice bit of battle of singing songs there.
Uh-huh. I mean, I have to confess, I had to look up on Google Maps where Southminster is, and it's fair to say it's a small town,
Yes,
quite remote.
yes, very
That,
little village in the Dengie. Yeah,
has that made it difficult? As you mentioned there, when you was an amateur, you were often the underdog. Being from a small town, presumably that didn't help because you're not from as well known a club. And now as a pro, is it a bit of a hindrance in terms of building like that support base because you're from a small remote town?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it was funny because when I was an amateur, you'd go and people would say, "Oh, Mayland," or like when we went to Malden Boxing Academy, and they say like, "Oh, Malden, like where's that?" Like no one would know where it was. So that proves like how much sort of in the sticks, I suppose, we are. But as a pro now, it works in my favour quite well because it's a couple of small towns around here. Everyone sort of knows everyone, so you do get when you get the backing of like a few people, you get the backing of like the whole village. So it is nice in that way, and everyone, and then they all buy tickets together, and people will come up for a great night out to support a local one because, as you say, because it's a small place, there's not really many local sports people, I suppose you could say.
Absolutely,
There's
yeah.
only a handful, yeah.
And as you said, a great night out. Brentwood is
Everyone
quite
wants, yeah.
glamorous, so I think there'll
Everyone
be
just wants to support their own, don't they? I suppose.
absolutely, yeah. So obviously you're with MTK.
Yep.
They're great for keeping their fighters active and pushing them on. All goes well on
Yeah,
12th
definitely.
of Feb. I mean, you'll have essentially cleaned up Essex. You're going to be looking for sort of 10 rounders and titles thereafter at some point in 2022.
I'd love to. I'd love to think that by maybe the end of this year, if like as I say, obviously if everything goes well on the 12th, and then see what my manager thinks and my trainers think. I mean, I'd love to push on and maybe fight for a southern area by the end of the year. That'd be like a pinnacle. I'd love that. That'd be like what I'd want the most. Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned the current Southern area champion to Tommy as well, Dean Richardson.
Oh yeah.
9 KOs in 12 fights. He's been inactive. I'm sure he's rearing. I mean,
yeah, I bet he is. Yeah.
you know, he's obviously a puncher.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a tasty fight.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, anyone really, and like whatever comes up. If I got a shot for a southern area, I wouldn't care. It was sort of on the other end of it. I'd be going for it. I'd like to think so anyway.
So it's fair to say 154 is your weight class. No plans to move up or down.
Yeah, no, I've got no plans at the minute anyway. I've been this solid at this weight from when I turned over, from when I was in the amateurs to when I turned over, and I'm comfortable at this weight. I mean, obviously, like any fighter, you've got to get down to your weight, so I can get down to it quite well. When I know I'm training, I'm dieting hard, I'm training hard, I can get down and make the weight. So yeah, I can't see me moving up or down anytime in the future.
And it is a fantastic division domestically.
Yeah, definitely, it's a great division.
I mean, just on that, like your opinion on the scene. Who do you think's who are the best fighters in your opinion in the division? I mean, of course, Liam Smith's his fight with Vargas has been announced. Any other
Yeah,
fighters
yeah,
that
that's
you really
great.
rate?
Yeah, just I like all the top. Well, what domestically?
Domestically, yeah.
Domestically, I mean, I've got to say, I love Ted Cheeseman. I love his like, and even obviously, and Troy Williamson that beat him. Troy Williamson was great, and then I love Ted Cheeseman because I just love his style. His style was like heart on your sleeve style, and I like Kieran Conway as well. I think Kieran Conway can go really far in that like in this division as well. There's some good boys. There's a lot of good boys coming up through this weight division. Like even people sort of out of the top 10 you could have sort of one or two good fights and you could be chucked straight up there, I think, personally. So there's a lot of names,
Yeah, a lot of fans as well. When we often discuss it, we could easily have like a tournament of some sort with
Yeah, definitely,
eight
yeah.
of the best in this country.
I mean, Fowler as well. I've missed out Fowler. I don't know. I missed out Fowler. He's obviously
I think he's saying he's moving up, but
oh yes, of course, yeah, I'd see that, yeah.
But yeah, as you said, there's a lot of good fighters.
Yeah, there's loads.
Have you managed to get any sparring with any of those big names?
No, I haven't really. No, I've not really looked into sparring a lot of them big names. Really, I mean, I could do. I mean, I could probably get a chance to probably go out. I think I had a chance to go out to Northampton to spar Conway, but I didn't. I can't remember why that didn't go through. That was last year sometime. Yeah, I can't remember why not. But yeah, it was on our side. I can't remember why not. But maybe in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, as you move up the rankings, I'm sure you'll find a need to go up and spar better and better fighters.
Yeah, 100%, definitely. Yeah.
So what about the world scene? I mean, there's talk that Charlo Castano 2 is going to happen for an undisputed fight.
Yeah,
do you think Charlo's the best in the world?
He's got to be at this division at the minute. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't really. It sounds a bit stupid because I'm a big boxing fan, but I don't really look at I like the domestic fights too so much more. Like the domestic fights, the British title fights, the British eliminators. I love them. I think they're just so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Although obviously as like world level, it's different class. It's different class, but the domestic fights are the ones I look at the most. To be fair.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, guys like Ted Cheeseman and Troy Williamson. I mean, what a puncher he is. I think he's shown.
Oh, there's another one I left out. Hamza Shiraz. I think Hamza Shiraz will go a long way this way as well. I think he's a good great boxer.
Yeah, I met him just before his fight with Skeet, which of course ended controversially. But
yeah,
he's also moving up. He says so.
Oh, was he moving up as well? Oh,
yeah.
Where have I been?
It's all right. It's been Christmas and New Year. Things change. So, how active would you like to be in 2022? All going well, injuries and restrictions aside.
Probably at least as active as I was when I started. When I started, I think I boxed in the July 19, then the November, then the March. I mean, I'd like to have 3 or 4 a year at least. That'd be perfect because then you can just sort of you could have your camp, have your fight, maybe have a week or two to relax, and then jump straight back in. I've always found that better. I like that sort of life.
Yeah.
Just constantly, and as much as we probably moan about it, like, oh, I'm tired or something like this all the time, but can't eat what you want. But no, I prefer that sort of life, really. Just keeping your mind ready for anything.
Of course, make the sacrifices now for the glory later.
100%. We're not going to be doing this all our life, so
exactly. So all right. I mean, just finally then, about February the 12th. Any message for your opponent, Tommy? A message for the fans? What can they expect?
Nah, I got no message for my opponent. I'm always been down to earth. I know how hard people train in this game. I've always been one that's just, I respect everyone. And obviously, as I say, the best man, may the best man win. But I mean, I'll be training my nuts off for this fight. I have been and I will continue to. And hopefully you'll see a nice fiery Ginger Jack Martin by that night.
Gingers always bring that fire, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Jack. So thanks again for speaking to the Boxing Voice. Best
Lovely.
of luck
Thank you
for
very
the
much,
12th
mate.
of February, and we'll see you in Brentwood in about a month.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Thanks for having me on. Top man.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Cheers, mate.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.